Imagine compressing all of human civilization into a single story, a story of fire, of empires, of revolutions, and of silicon chips smaller than a grain of rice. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to travel through over 10,000 years of history, from the first farms to the skyscrapers of today, and ask the question, how did we get here? This is the entire history of human civilization. Buckle up. For most of our time on Earth, we were nomads, hunter-gatherers, moving with the seasons, living in small tribes. But around 12,000 years ago, something extraordinary happened. We stopped wandering and started planting. This was the agricultural revolution, and it changed everything. Farming meant surplus, surplus meant settlement, and settlements, they became cities around rivers like the Tigris, the Nile, and the Indus. Humans built the first civilizations with walls, temples, and written language. This was humanity's first big leap from survival to society. But cities weren't just built with bricks. They were built with stories, myths of gods and monsters, legends of golden ages. These weren't just bedtime tales. They were social glue, the Epic of Gilgamesh, the pyramids aligned with the stars, the oracle at Delphi whispering fate. Early civilizations used mythology to explain the unexplainable and to unite people under shared belief. It was the first software running on the hardware of human imagination. With cities came hierarchies. Kings claimed power, priests claimed purpose. From Babylon to Egypt, Persia to China, we built empires, massive organized machines powered by taxes, war, and religion. The Greeks gave us philosophy and democracy. The Romans gave us roads, law, and architecture that still stands today. In India, Vedic texts laid the foundation for Hinduism and Buddhism. In China, Confucius taught social harmony over chaos. It was messy, glorious, brutal, and it was global. By 500 BCE, civilizations spanned from Mesoamerica to the Far East, linked by early trade, war, and ideas. But in the silence after empires fall, something else begins to grow. Trade routes. The Silk Road stretched from China to the Mediterranean, carrying not just silk and spices, but ideas, technologies, and even diseases. Gunpowder from the East, mathematics from the Islamic world. Civilizations rose and fell, but the threads connecting them only got stronger. A global web was forming. Long before the internet ever existed, no empire lasts forever. Rome fell, so did Han China. But out of the ashes, something new arose. Religion spread like wildfire. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, shaping laws, art, identity across continents. In the Middle Ages, Europe stagnated, but the Islamic world and China flourished, advancing math, medicine, science, and across the ocean, civilizations like the Maya and the Inca built cities, calendars, and road networks, rivaling any in the East. In the 1400s, ships left Europe and never looked back. The age of exploration reshaped the planet, connecting the world through conquest, colonization, and commerce. New lands, new foods, new diseases, and yes, new horrors too. The Atlantic slave trade, the genocide of native peoples. Empires rose, but many fell beneath their boots. Meanwhile, science began to challenge superstition. A telescope pointed at the stars. A spark lit the fuse of revolution, and the ships didn't just carry cargo. They carried maps, misunderstandings, and ambition. European powers carved the world like a chessboard, each voyage redrawing borders not just on paper, but in the lives of millions. The Columbian Exchange brought tomatoes to Italy, horses to the Americas, but it also brought measles, smallpox, and steel. It was discovery and devastation hand in hand. The 1700s and 1800s, boom time. The Industrial Revolution changed not just how we work, but how we live, love, and die. Steam, coal, steel, capitalism, all transformed muddy streets into global metropolises. In parallel came political revolutions, the American Revolution, liberty over monarchy, the French Revolution, equality over privilege, the Haitian Revolution, the enslaved over the enslavers. The modern world was beginning to take shape, fast. But freedom wasn't just being shouted in capitals. It was being whispered in factories, The Industrial Revolution created new classes, factory workers, urban poor, the rising middle class. They began to demand rights, wages, and representation. Unions formed. Strikes erupted. For the first time, history wasn't just written by kings, it was shaped by the working hands of the many. The 20th century was humanity's most brilliant and brutal yet. 2 world wars killed tens of millions. The Holocaust showed us the depths of cruelty, but we also split the atom, landed on the moon, and created the internet. The Cold War was a game of nuclear chicken, yet somehow, the world didn't end. And when the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, many believed we were entering a new era of peace and global cooperation. The last 30 years, a digital supernova, billions connected. Through phones, networks, satellites, nations rose, others collapsed. Old ideologies returned in new clothes. And then came the information age. The 1990s dial-up hum, the first email, the first meme. Knowledge once locked in libraries now lived in the palm of your hand. Social media turned us into publishers. Smartphones made us cyborgs with thumbs. But with connection came confusion. Misinformation spread like wildfire. Truth became a matter of perspective. We had built the most powerful communication network in history, but forgot to ask, can we handle it? As we stepped into the 21st century, we faced crises unlike any before. September 11th shattered illusions of security. Global recessions shook economies to their core. A pandemic shut down the entire planet. And yet, in chaos, humanity innovated. We developed vaccines in months, protested for justice on every continent, rethought work, travel, even time itself. It was proof of something older than any empire, our ability to adapt, to survive, and maybe, just maybe, evolve. And now, a new revolution begins. Artificial intelligence, machines that learn, algorithms that predict, tools that shape civilization, just as the plow once did. And yet, we're still the same species who first planted seeds in the dirt. Still searching, still building, still telling stories. This is human civilization, a blink in cosmic time, but a story still being written. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a fellow history lover. Got a topic you want us to explore next? Drop it in the comments. Until then, stay curious, stay human.